Hi, I'm Caroline Fickwit, and I will be discussing my Nearpod lesson that I created for a kindergarten classroom. The lesson is on day and night sky, and it is over the standard obtain, evaluate, and communicate observations about time patterns such as day to night and night to day, and the objects such as sun, moon, and stars in the day and night sky. I chose to use Nearpod for this lesson because it is interactive and provides a lot of tools to use and embed into the lesson that allows students to interact with it and be engaged where they can have a better understanding on the lesson. This lesson is based off of the ISTE Student Standard 1.1a, which states that students articulate and set personal learning goals, develop learning strategies leveraging technology to achieve them, and reflect on the learning process itself to improve learning outcomes. This slide shows the learning outcomes that are expected from the students while they do this lesson. They should be able to identify the sun, moon, and stars, explain what changes the sky makes when it turns from day to night, and create a drawing of the day and night sky. This lesson is a combination of student-led and teacher-led because as a teacher, I am directing them on what to do, but the students have free will of many of the components in this lesson. This slide is the introduction to the first engaging activity and is also the hook activity to start the lesson off. This slide is explaining that the next activity is an interactive storybook, and it helps them be able to know how to go through this learning book as it does have some difficult aspects. This is the first engaging learning activity and is the opening activity, and it is an interactive storybook that has embedded questions in it that students are able to answer. After that activity, I provided a matching game that students can do since they just learned more about the objects in the sky. Skipping past a few of the other activities, this is the next one that I think is engaging and helps meet those students' goals that were addressed at the beginning. This is a good activity for students to do because it allows them to apply the knowledge that they previously learned by drawing the positions of the sun and the sky throughout the day, along with the matching activity, which allows students to identify those objects in the sky, which are both stated in the standards and the I can statements. The students are also asked to draw the moon in the sky at bedtime and in the morning, which this one could seem a little bit more tricky for kindergartners, but I included that it is for practice and for them to have fun and try their best. I provided an open-ended question after a few more slides so that students can express what they have learned so far. And along with this, every slide that can have recorded audio has that. So it is very accessible to students who may have visual impairments, and then students who need to record their audio instead of typing also has that option for this question. I concluded this lesson by providing one more video which is interactive and is a source that many elementary schools already use. After the video, I included a 5-question quiz that involves the same answers, but they have to go through and figure out what the answer is. That was how I concluded it, with the quiz in the video. And then I added this slide at the end to make sure that they know that they are finished. After I finished doing this Nearpod, I learned that this tool is a great source to use when it comes to a day where students are at home and need an interactive lesson to continue learning, yet they can't be in school to do so.